How many DUI cases have you handled, and in what time period?
I'd say over the last 5 years, I've handled somewhere around 200.
Okay, quite a bit. And what would you say is your typical DUI defendant circumstance? Are there more men or women, more first-time offenders or repeat offenders?
There's probably mostly first-time offenders. However, there's really no category as far as race or sex or class. They're all over the board.
And you don't see more men than women? It's kind of equal gender-wise?
It's pretty equal. I mean, there might be slightly more men than women, but for the most part, there's really no pinpointing a certain category of people for more likely to be DUI.
Okay, so it's kind of an equal opportunity thing that happens.
Right, unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, well, not an opportunity, but okay. And what would be your best tip, when someone's just been pulled over, what should they do, what shouldn't they do?
Well, I would say before you even get in your car and take off, you need to make sure you have your driver's license on you, along with the registration and proof of insurance, and keep that somewhere easily accessible to you. That way the police officer's not waiting at the window while you're fumbling around trying to find these documents, and that gives him an opportunity to kind of stick his head in your window, trying to smell for alcohol, shine a flashlight around your car, looking for any reason he has to hold you longer. Another tip I would have would be to refuse any sort of search, refuse the field sobriety test, as they can't make you take them, and it's not going to hurt you to refuse them. The field sobriety tests I'm talking about are the walk and turn, the horizontal gaze, and the one-leg stand. Those, I don't really see any advantage in taking them, as I said, I've handled quite a few of these, and I can't recall a single one where I've had a police officer say that my client passed all these tests. Another tip would be, if you did get arrested and they ask you to take a breathalyzer, you get 20 minutes to contact an attorney, and you should take advantage of that, but you only get it if you ask for it.
Okay. Okay.
The final tip would be not to waive your Miranda rights. They'll usually give you a questionnaire asking things like, when was your last drink, how long ago, are you under the influence, were you driving, things like that. I would not be answering those questions, and don't waive your Miranda rights.
So when you talk about the questions, would they ask you to write them down, or the officer would just ask them to you?
Normally they give you a sheet. You'll check the box or have a fill in the blank as far as the amount you've been drinking and questions like that. So normally it's just a sheet they have available.
Okay, so you can say, I'm sorry, I feel like that violates my rights. I can't answer these questions.
Right. They usually give you a Miranda waiver form prior to giving you that sheet, and they'll ask you to sign that, waiving your right to remain silent, and then they'll give you the sheet. But
okay. And I can only answering those questions can only hurt you.
Right. I mean, I don't see how it would help you. I mean, that sort of information that they're asking, you can provide to your attorney without it being used against you.
And another important thing you said was, if you request an attorney, you have 20 minutes to take the breathalyzer?
In Missouri, if you request an attorney prior to taking that breathalyzer, they have to allow you 20 minutes to contact an attorney.
Okay.
So, yeah, you should use that.
Yeah, and I could see that could make the difference in possibly a slightly lower blood alcohol level, and maybe could be the difference between a DUI and not a DUI.
Right. It could affect the readings, but most importantly, you need to know whether you need to take it or not. I mean, there's plenty of factors that play into whether you should actually blow on the breathalyzer or not, and you need to talk to an attorney to decide that, because it could affect your license for some time to come, not to mention there could be jail time involved. Okay.
Is there any chance that someone can get a DUI removed from their record completely? I think it's called expungement.
Yeah, the Missouri has a DUI or DWI expungement statute, but it's not easy to get. You've got to wait 10 years. It can only be one DUI that you can get expunged, your first one. You can't have any alcohol incidents in those 10 years that you're waiting to get it expunged, and you can't have a commercial driver's license. So it's not something that's easily done, but yes, it can be done.